Arkatech Beatz.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your main man, Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team.
Arkatech Beatz.
Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. Welcome to the Music Review Live Series sessions. You know, we've been doing this for a couple of months, doing some live reviews for music, reviewing people's music, songs, beats, etc. We've had a total of well over 1,200 submissions thus far since we started the series. And we've gotten a lot of submissions, been listening to a lot of decent music, beats, etc. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm part of Multi-Platinum Production Team. I've been able to produce for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, Jadakiss, The Game, Raekwon the Chef, Max B, French Montana, Wiz Khalifa, Freddie Gibbs, Killer Mike, and so many others, Lloyd Banks, etc. So, you know, I've been here for a minute doing what I'm doing. Shout out Born Ready. Thank you for the gift. And basically, we get into this tonight. Got some music in the queue that I'm going to listen to tonight. Not going to be on too long, but we're definitely going to make sure that we're listening to some stuff. Make sure that y'all are like, commenting, and subscribing, sharing the live, doing all that other good stuff. Let me get my Instagram going. Get everything popping on this joint. Start listening to some tunes in a hot second. Give this algorithm a minute to warm up. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live.
Arkatech Beatz.
We're going to listen to some tunes tonight, man. Make sure you're submitting your music. I'm going to put the link into the description. We'll be talking music, some music business tonight. If you're a producer, make sure you're jumping into our school community. School.com/Future Producer Society. There I'm teaching folks music production and everything about the music business. Born Ready, what's up though? Shout out to everybody jumping into the live. We're about to get started in just a few minutes. CD, you're gonna have to find a computer that got a CD that can import it. The last Macintosh that I bought an Apple Mini. I wound up buying a CD drive, and it's kind of a portable one that you can just kind of plug in, USB CD drive. And I can use that to import CDs, because I know I still have music on CDs and DVDs. DVDs, right? Isn't that crazy to say that? But I had taken a whole bunch of files that used to be on. Folks remember those DAT machines? We used to have those digital audio tapes. So I had transitioned a whole bunch of beats into that, and then those were all put on CDs. So those were all digital on CDs, and then I had to get those into computers. But you have to buy an external drive that you can plug up into your computer and import it through maybe iTunes or Apple Music now. They don't use. I don't want to call it iTunes because that's an old term to use. But that's probably the best way to do it, and then convert it. Once you get it imported, to convert it to an MP3 and go from there. I think everybody should have a CD player somewhere, you know, that you can plug into your computer just in case you have to go back to that old stuff. You know, they don't sell computers with those anymore, not to my knowledge. I got this track in here that's called "Why You Mad at Me" by B100M. All genres, yes, all genres. We're doing all genres. You know, all genres. But my specialty relies on my hip hop background. You know what I'm saying? But we do all genres. I have been listening to some rock stuff. Been listening to some dance stuff, some reggae stuff. We've been listening to everything. Cause really, what I'm listening for, to be honest, folks, is I'm really listening to let folks. I typically try to do the reviews between 8 o'clock and now, nightly. So we've been on here now for a couple of months. But I've been working really hard with we just did the Coke Wave stuff with Max B and these guys. So we've been doing that. French Montana, Wiz Khalifa. What else we did? We got another new record with 2 Chainz, etc. We got a bunch of stuff going on, man. So we're just working. So shout out Lloyd Banks, a bunch of people out there. I understand what's up. So we just out here. We doing what we do. We're working. I'm about to just jump into this record right here that somebody just submitted as a skip. Folks are skipping the line. So when I am online, there's a lot of music in the queue. If you're trying to get heard while I'm live, then your best bet is to skip the line. Like I said, we've accepted almost over 1,200 submissions since we started this. So there's a bunch of songs in this queue. You know what I mean? So we're here, we're listening. But we're gonna get into this first joint. It's called "Why You Mad at Me." You can see it on the screen. It's by B100M. All right, we're gonna take a listen to that. Let's see what it is.
Yeah. Woo. Shit. It's feeling spooky today. Yeah. On the bump. Today. Yeah.
That sounds like Vino's song.
Why are you mad at me? Cause I keep racking up these casualties. I don't think you wanna come and battle me, cause I'm smoking y'all like a grab a leaf. Y'all need to grab some weed if y'all wanna rap with me. I'm actually on a different plane, higher than your rank, and I'm the only pilot. Yeah, I'm flying with this drink. Sometimes I sit and think how to push them to the brink. I'll say it with no vocal chamber, don't got missing links. And I'm clinking, that's not the sound of the shots that I am fucking drinking. These shots are for real, call me Jesse Pink, man. Got so much pink, man, and I'm not stopping it. You could send that message to your girl's head like a bottle, bitch. So when I'm just wobbling into the club with this bottle of Bacardi and this bitch on my tongue, and I say get on top of this. Yeah, you know I'm not done, you need a tan. Let me put my sons on your stomach, cause I'm on 10 toes walking, hands up when I'm rocking. Yeah, I'm mental hopping, and let's go better locking, cause I'm 10 toes walking, hands up when I rock it. Yeah, I'm mental hopping, yeah, hands up when I lock it, cause I'm 10 toes walking, yeah, hands up when I rock it. Yeah, I'm mental hopping, let's go better locking. Yeah, I'm on 10 toes walking, yeah, hands up when I'm rocking, come on, hands up rocking. You better lock it. Yeah, you're on 10 toes walking, the kid you cannot stop. And if you think that you can do it, I think you need to be honest. See, I run the MCs like Onyx, so if you're gonna check me, then at least come with some commas, cause I'm chilling in pajamas, smoking with your mama, pondering if I should go and buy her a new Honda. But I don't want to, I'ma go and buy some condoms, cause if I'm getting off, these kids should probably stay inside, cause I don't want your DNA, yeah, I don't want your problems. Yeah, you can't have my name, yeah, I just want your bottom. And you don't wanna play, but I just want some side of me. And if you think that it just means that I don't want you, then yeah.
So, shout out to B100M. To give you some feedback on this record, right? The good stuff is that you got a little bit of a flow, right? So that's a good thing for you. On the second level, I feel like you have a decent voice cadence, right? So I think that those two things are going to work in your favor. Something is off with this beat. This beat has a what I would call the beat has a tune problem, right? So there's a tune problem with this beat that it's off tune. So if you can listen to it, it kind of has like it's playing whoever's producing the record. It looks like you're triggering different parts of the sample, but you got the sample going with the beat, but it sounds like it's out of tune. So what it's doing is, because the sample is out of tune, it's throwing off your vocal performance. So it's making the whole track sound like it's out of tune. So that I would have to tell you to see if you can get that to get fixed in terms of probably taking that sample and probably getting it time stretched so that you can get it into tune, right? That'd probably be the easiest thing to do outside of just redoing the beat altogether. Now, now also what we're lacking in this here, we're lacking some song structure. It's like it doesn't necessarily have a strong hook or hook at all. We need to make sure that we have a hook, maybe at the beginning, 8 to 12 bars of rap, another hook, 8 to 12 bars of rap, and another hook, and the song off. Also, the vocals need to be worked on. It's not necessarily mixed to what I would call commercially viable sound, right? So it sounds like it's not really done professionally per se. It does sound like a demo. So, just kind of giving you that feedback. If you're going to try to push it to a different type of level, it's like these are the type of things. This is the type of space where you can get it wrong, right? So for guys who are coming in or people who are jumping in to watch for the first time, this is where you can get it wrong. You're jumping into so that you can get this type of feedback, so that I can give you what you need to know, so that you can basically get your music to where you need it to be in terms of commercial viability, right? It's definitely going to be different levels to it. It's definitely going to take time for some folks, but at the same time, I've been in this business for over 30 years. I've worked with the top tier artists, right? So just so that you can so that you can understand what's working right now, you just have to make sure that you're doing your best in terms of submitting your music and just really taking the feedback. If you can take the feedback, and then you can get better. And a lot of guys submit music and they come back and they send me back the songs after they apply the feedback, and the song sounds 100% better. So hopefully you can take the feedback, just keep pressing forward with it. Let's work on getting these vocal performances better. Let's work on getting the mix better. Let's work on making sure that we can get these vocals to stand out. And let's also work on making sure that we're choosing music that matches our vocals tonally. You know what I mean? Because you have a situation where the music is doing one thing and your voice tone is doing something different. So we want to make sure that we can get that taken care of. But thank you for submitting. We're going to jump into this next joint called Angel by Angel Garcia, P. I'll try to take a listen to this, see what this sounds like. Gutter Vision, man, thank you for joining. Isaac, thanks for joining. KUG, what's up, man? Deuce Nines, I see you.
Weezer.
A mí me gustas, yo te gusto. Dale pa' acá, pasemos gusto. A mí me gustas, yo te gusto. Dale pa' acá, pasemos gusto. Dale pa' acá, que a mí me gustas más. No vamos de rumba, nos ponemos a bailar cumbia. Nada más, no vamos de rumba. Acá, que a mí me gusta más. No vamos.
Yo, shout out to Angel Garcia on this, man. You got a real dope beat here, bro. I don't know if you really caught it, but your vocal performance is kind of too laid back on this, bro. It's like it's not like hitting this beat the way it could hit this beat. Right, like this is kind of like it's like you had the right like. You maybe had the right like tone, but not the right delivery on here.
A mí me gustas, yo te gusto. Dale pa' acá, pasemos gusto. A mí me gustas, yo te gusto.
Yeah, it's like your energy on this, man, is way too off. It's like you could have really hit this thing, man, and really made it do what it need to do. I would definitely encourage that to be a re-record in terms of that vocal performance. And then, let's try to work on trying to see if we can get a prominent hook inside of this thing. But thank you for submitting, man. I like that beat, though. That beat was heavy. Shout out to everybody jumping into the live. Man. I'm hoping everybody's having a good Tuesday jumping. You know what I'm saying? This next joint is called Hitman Holla by, TR8s.
If it's about me, nigga, they ain't getting by me. My niggas feeling they getting grimy. With my brother like Dexter buy me. She want my hype, but she can't buy me. Want my time, ain't slick, can't buy me.
Yeah, I can't do that. Shout out to everybody jumping into the everybody that's jumping into the live, man. Listen, man. I don't know what that is. Folks got yo, I don't know what that is, man. Straight I don't know what that is, man. Like, look, man. I don't know what that is, man. I don't know what that is. I have to. I don't know what that is, man. Good luck with that one, though. You know what I'm saying? It's completely overloaded. Completely overloaded. I don't even understand. I don't even know how that's like listenable. To be quite frank, you know what I'm saying? And look, y'all see what's going on. You said new generation is definitely an acquired taste. No, it's not that it's not really an acquired taste, Isaac. What's really happening, to be honest, is that not enough of us who have been in this thing long enough have been able to just say, no, that we can't put that out. Like that's trash. Like we have to start saying, got to start calling it what it is. What we did for too long, a lot of us sat on the sideline, and because guys was making money, we just kind of let them do whatever. And now we to the point where now you don't got any songs of hip hop that's cracking the top 100. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys' music is not cracking no charts. It's because the truth of the matter is that a lot of this music was botted. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of this music was never really hot. It's just that guys was able to manipulate the system to make us think that people like this song, this type of music. Nobody really liked this stuff, man. Because if it was still prevalent, it would still be jumping. And guys would still be on the charts, and guys would still be popping. Like, if you notice, these guys are scared to death to drop any music because they know they was botting. They all know they was botting. That's why they all stopped dropping music. That's why there's nobody in the top 20, top 40. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's all Drake and shit. Like, it's all Drake. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like now everybody's scared to death. Think about it. Like the good music ain't the good music is only gonna be the only thing that makes it work now. So, we're gonna have to call it out for what it is, man. Like if it's trash, man, just call it out. Like that's what it is. Like, hey, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be as respectful as possible because this is this forum is really not supposed to be like a teardown forum. It's supposed to be a situation where we can kind of give guys feedback on how to get their joints better. But the reality of the situation is like, if it's inaudible, I can't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to like just be like overloaded the speakers, I can't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So shout out to them for submitting. You know what I mean? No quote unquote disrespect with it. Yeah, you gotta call it what it is, man. You gotta call it for what it is. You just can't, I can't sit here. Like imagine me sitting here, man. Like think about it, right? Imagine me sitting here. I've been in this game long enough to sit in the room with Big Pun, Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying? Prodigy of Mobb Deep. I sat in the room with Nas. I've been able to work with Killer Mike. I've been able to work with Gibbs. Sci-Hi the Prince. You know what I'm saying? Lloyd Banks. You know what I'm saying? Max B, French Montana. Imagine that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just tell you guys that that's going to fly. That's bullshit. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I've literally been in the rooms with arguably some of the top 5 rappers in the world. Arguably, right? Top 10. Like, are we kidding? Is it a joke? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit here and listen to that stuff and tell folks that this is what they should do with their music. I'll be lying to them. I'll be setting them up for failure. The only reason why I'm able to last as long in this business is because you're supposed to be able to know what's coming next. You're supposed to be able to know where the sound is going. And the sound was never going to go in that direction. It's not audible. It's not listenable. It's like it's low vibrational music that can't last, right? Because it just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? But let's listen to this next joint, man. Stay and see, man. I don't want to be on no soapbox tonight. Smoke, what up? The song is called Stay and See, man. Came in the band line. Record should have started already. Tapping the screen, man, likes, sharing the live.
Tell you all the things I feel, make you wanna live for real, yeah. Maybe wanna feel this way for the rest of time. Oh no, I just wanna dance in the moonlight. I don't wanna stop till you feel right. I don't wanna be without your love again. Baby, can we dance in slow motion? Hold me close. Baby, I just need to let you know. Can we dance in slow motion? Hold me close. 'Cause I never need to let you go. Don't run away from me. Don't wanna stay and see. Don't wanna let you be. I ain't letting go. Baby, you ain't worried if the mood right. Baby, you just worried about my star sign. Baby, I just wanna keep your love again. No, baby, we just sitting at a stoplight. Baby, I just got you on my mind. Baby, I just wanna see you thrive. No, tell you all the things I feel, make you wanna live for real, yeah. Dance in slow motion, hold me close. Baby, I just need to let you know.
Okay. Shout out to Rai on this one. Was it Ray Ray? I guess I would say Ray Ray. That's a Stay and See. I feel like the record is decent in terms of like the way that the track is going. It starts a little bit slow for me. I feel like it should have started a lot sooner. Probably should have went in straight with the hook if you could have did that. The vocal performance for me is could have been probably better, and I think that's more of a tune thing. Like, you know, you hear him singing, and it's like, you know, when the guys have these voices that you can kind of run it, but you kind of need a little bit of help with it. I would just say to put a little bit of tune on that, just to make sure that you're not a little pitchy, and to kind of get that mixed a little bit better so that you can stand up a little bit above the track. Outside of that, you know, it's pretty decent, man. A decent try on that. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. Eye on the Stone, man. Shout out to you. This is I'm Not Yours. Shout out to my man Deuce Nines on this one. Let's hear it.
You knew what this was before you touched me. So why we pretending now? You hit my line late, said you needed me. Same old story, different energy. Pulled up so hard in the backseat, 'cause I know you got somebody, don't act sweet. You say my name like it's yours to keep, but I'm not the one you promised dreams. We dancing close, but it's bittersweet, 'cause I feel the truth underneath. Don't look at me like that, like I'm the one you chose. You only call me when you're feeling alone. How can I stay here tonight when I know I'm just filling a space in your trace my skin like you mean every line. But I see hesitation in your eyes. Say you wish things were different this time, but wishes don't change what's outside. I'm not your secret to hide away, not your escape when you need a break. Feel the moment start to fade before it even begins to stay. You hold me closer now, like you might let me go, but I've been here before. I already know. Have you ever stayed here when I know I'm just filling a space in your life? How can I give you my time when your heart's somewhere else and it's never been mine? So tell me why you pull me inside if you know it ain't right. How can I stay here tonight
Yo, Deuce, you got another one.
when I know I'm not yours? I won't be your baby, I won't be your almost. I won't lose myself for a moment that's borrowed. You feel like fire, but I know the cause, and I'm done being everything that you never call yours. I won't stay here tonight, even if it feels right for a moment. When I know I'm not yours, I won't be your baby, I won't be your almost. I won't lose myself for a moment that's borrowed. You feel like fire, but I know the cause, and I'm done being everything that you never call yours. I won't stay here tonight, even if it feels right for a moment in time.
You gotta fix that.
I won't give
That's extended into a 5-bar. Should have been a 4-bar.
you my life.
But everything else on this joint is picture perfect.
Just away, knowing I crossed my own line. You can reach for me all you like, but I'm choosing my life. I won't stay here tonight.
That's the one thing we gotta be careful of when dealing with the Suno, is that sometimes it'll push things into a 5th-bar stanza. We want to make sure that it stays in that 4-bar area. It did I was listening to the whole time for the whole thing, and the whole thing was doing exactly what it needed to do. It was coming in exactly where it needed to go in pause. It was everything was landing where it needed to land, and I'm like, okay, if this bridge gives us the exact 4 bars, like the bridge can give us 4 or 8 bars, but for it to give us 5 bars, that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of, we're expecting the hook to come in on bar 5, and not for it to extend into that like that. But
'Cause I know I'm not yours.
so I said you got another one, which is this is another good record.
This time,
It's a good
I
record.
choose me.
Just listen, man. Like, from what I'm hearing on this Ayana Storm project, right? Because this is, how many songs is this now? About 4. Like, what is that? How many songs have you already listened to on this so far? About 4 to 5. Ayana Storm records. This is a solid. For the most part, it's a solid and cohesive effort, right? I mean, in terms of the songs are kind of woven into each other and they're sounding like how they need to sound in terms of a project, right? Outside of maybe these little things that you and I are working on, right? Which would be like, say, making sure that everything is falling within the 4 or the 5, the 4 bars and these type of things. These things are kind of nuanced, right? So this is for guys that are, looking to kind of really make sure that their records are going to stand on, heavy commercial viability. But the main thing for us to figure out when it comes to this project is just how you're going to promote it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the music is good enough for it to really work within the marketplace. It's just a matter of, tweaking a few things once we get the tweaks, because it's not like mix. We're not dealing with mix issues. We're not dealing with vocal issues. We're not dealing with those type of things that are typically heavier. We're just dealing with slight arrangement things that, that pretty much copy paste, move those things around. But the main thing that we have to basically focus on and making sure that we're putting into motion is you say connects for, when you say connects for which part, as far as promoting it, like, promoting it, man, is again just taking a bunch of AI generated content right now, or just pictures, still pictures, moving pictures. These don't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot in terms of what it is. It takes a lot in terms of it just takes a lot in terms of creating the content and then creating a content schedule. And that's going to go across the board for anything in 2026 and beyond. Like, everything requires us at this point, because it's saturated. You guys know that, and I know that. And it's not just saturated for music. It's saturated across the board for everything, right? Music is doing what it's doing. Movies are doing what it's doing. TV shows are struggling. Products are hard to move because everything is kind of inundated with everything. So we have to figure out what I would call a content schedule, because it's not just like, for guys that are doing music, man, they have to realize that it's not just about music and promotion. It's like, it's literally about the content. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm jumping on live tonight, right? Let's say, for example, I'm jumping on the live, and I'm doing a live stream, right? It's incumbent on me to take the portion of the live stream, which is an hour or whatever. If the goal is to promote the live stream, then it's incumbent on me to turn it into micro content and to post it, right? If I'm trying to promote the stream, if I'm trying to promote it, right? Now, if I'm okay not promoting it, then that's what it is. But we have to find a way to take what it is that we're doing, and we have to find a way to micro content it, and we have to find a way to make sure that it's being posted across all socials, like numerous times across the day. And remember what guys are doing now. They're not really playing fair, meaning, say, for example, I got an Arkatech Beatz main account. Some guys have an some guys have a main account and 10 child accounts, right? So you got a main account, then they got a backup account, and then they got, those are the parent accounts, and then they got 10 backup accounts. And what are all of these accounts doing? They're all posting. They're taking the content and they're posting it. Some accounts get posted more than others, but they're all posting. So it requires us to really be creative in terms of, getting the message out there. Some guys are hiring clippers. Some guys are doing that. Some guys are handling all that stuff themselves. Some guys are using Claude to create agents so that they can create situations where they can post incessantly. But the reality of it is that if nobody hears it, we can't get no streams, man. And that's the biggest thing. We have to do that. And then we also have to run, like I've always said, you have to create some content that you're going to be able to set it and forget it. Meaning, if you've set a budget for yourself, say for $10 a day, that's going to be $300 a month. That's going to run on Instagram and Facebook in the background, no matter what. So that just stays running. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have something that's a baseline that stays running in the background no matter what. Because how else are we going to get the awareness for the artist? There's no other way to do it. So we have to have some sort of mechanism that is going to continue to promote 24/7, 365. And that's where I say, you create a budget for yourself and say, okay, what can I afford on a monthly? You know what I'm saying? For some people, that might be $50. For some people, that might be $100, But listen, I think we spend more money on less things, right? And I think for folks who are really trying to break into this thing, we have to really look at it that way. I was talking to my kids just yesterday as a joke. My kids was talking to me today, and we're like, hey, I want to go out to eat here. And I'm like, well, we went out to eat yesterday, and we went out to eat the day before that, and I said, let's start doing your math. And we started doing the math, and when we started doing the math, I said, well, look, you can eat that, or you can take that on to Universal. Like you tell me what you want to do. You want to eat it, or you want to go to Universal, or you want to eat, but we don't even realize that we're spending that money. Like, we're spending the money. Like, folks are not realizing that they're spending it on Starbucks, or they're spending it on sneakers, or they're spending it. Like, they're smoking it, they're drinking it, they're spending the money. So, like, the same way that we find money for everything else, let's find money to promote the music, and just set it and forget it. We pay Netflix, we pay cable, we pay whatever every month. Like, that is going to be, we have to treat it like it's a set expense, because that's what it is, and we have to let it ride, for months at a time. And what we can do now is you can start the campaign with one song, and month to month you can switch the campaigns if you need to, but it's still got to keep running. But I can guarantee you this: if you run it for a long period of time, it will grow. Yeah, it will grow. Like, if you're running it like that, it will grow the audience. If you have everything like you're supposed to have, if you have all your socials like you're supposed to have, you have all your bios and everything set up like they're supposed to be set up, you have all your photos and stuff set up like how Spotify takes it, you have to maximize your profiles. You have to optimize your profiles. You have to optimize and search engine optimize all of your websites. All of those things have to make sure that they're curated properly. You have to curate your socials properly. All these things have to be ready and set up for an audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't have half of a bio and then say, okay, well, I'm running ads, but nobody ain't following me, because it doesn't look like it's an artist. We're not posting every day. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like something that we want to follow. You know what I mean? We have to create that. We have to curate what that looks like. And then when we start running ads and when we start running promotions, then you're gonna see traction, because people are gonna come to it and see, oh, he got something going on here. Oh, he already got 10,000 followers. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be one of those type of things. Like, folks are gonna watch it and see it for what it is. Like, we have to make sure that we're creating the narrative, or we're controlling the narrative, when it comes to this music stuff. So to me, this is another dope record. Ayana Stone, for y'all, go make sure y'all go check that out. Like, it's another dope record, man. We just have to get the rest of those records together. And now you can use Claude connected with Hicksfield. If guys ain't using Hicksfield, if guys are not using these other type of tools, you can take these images and we can create endless, UGC content. We can create anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's endless. So at this point, it's like there really isn't any excuse in terms of the content being made. You know how this thing is, man. We got to make a couple of thirst trap videos. You know how, you know what you got to do with this, man, to make it work. You know how it works. You know what I'm saying? Get Instagram, to start getting on the FYP page with a few thirst traps. You know how it go. On the Explorer page, rather.
Why you want me so bad? I stay rocking out with new tech. Why so fancy, work for the feds? Had to get a whole time giving you bread. Might need more cause you sipping on red. Might need more cause you spending on kids. Might be broke cause you asked for the rest. Nah, you broke. You ain't trying your man's with that. Standard low, I raise the cap. You poor stand begging for this and that. I got swag on me. Best weekend, you better get taxed. Like until I stay with a bag. Got ARPs and you better stay back. I got 2 mags. Only sprayed out what I had to. Swear I'm up, I'm getting that back to. Just like my first song, do what I want to. Keep playing games when I don't want you. You get no streets, I even bust you. Why you wouldn't steal my swag? You don't thank me in the past. I ain't hard when you a fan. Make you locked and never get off track. I got multicolored stacks. You watch things don't come back. And you come back. Why you want me so bad? I stay rocking out with new tech. Why so fancy, work for the feds? Had to get a whole time giving you bread. Might need more cause you sipping on red. Might need more cause you spending on kids. Might be broke cause you asked for the rest. Nah.
Like when I listen to something like this, right? And y'all tell me if I'm tripping. When I listen to something like this, like I just hear like a Northwest on that, like, you know, like going crazy, like, you know what I mean, like, because it has that cadence, you know what I mean. I think that it's like I think it just needs like that. It definitely needs to be brought down into the mix right now. It's like doing a little bit of an overload thing, but I feel like it's kind of catchy in terms of like how that you know what I mean, like it's like I could see that I could see that kind of like with the kids kind of moving a certain type of way. It's not for everybody, but you know, but I can hear it, and I think the difference between this one and the one that I was listening to previously that just sounded like it was just straight overload. It's like this one has a certain level of melodicness to it, right? So there's a melody that's on it that has it to be a little bit more of a catchy versus it just being like literally overloaded noise. You know what I mean? So I think that's really where the difference lies for me. But that's begging, man. I appreciate the submission on that. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We're going to listen to a couple more joints before we get up out of here. What's this called? Spacewalk by Redline.
Blasting off, I catch the stars and put them round my neck, they flash, I'm spacewalk. Yeah, I lose myself amongst the stars, but it's a cakewalk. Yeah, I don't mind going very far, and we play God. Throw a comet like a ball without a base, then we take off 6 and me, yo, we stay out of space.
Stars in the sky and they gleaming, in my rocket ship and I'm beaming. Me and Red, we in outer space, finna catch these ray guns, get these blasters to your face like I'm an astronaut, meteors hit like a cattle prod. Meteor shit say it's not enough, and if I'm trying to get lit, I'ma turn you off. The space shuttle's rising, 6 axis is in crescendo. The flames like rocket fuel, I burn the world and roll the bendos. Piloting the rocket, hit the surface, I'ma get it. Stellar in the pocket, hit the thrusters, time to finish. Slow the Tesla down, cause I'm about to hit Uranus. Like Chuck Testa, stuff it down, I'm about to become fucking famous. 6 axis and red line, gonna crash the ISS. There ain't no flashing lights in space, so we gon' get it off our chest. B2B gang, we make this shit look like a cakewalk. And if you talking shit, we'll take your ass right on a
spacewalk. Yeah, I lose myself amongst the stars, but it's a cakewalk. Yeah, I don't mind going very far, and we play God. Throw a comet like a ball without a base, then we take off 6 and me, yo, we stay out of space. First I was on a stargaze, but now I shine just like him. Took a look at all my hallways, I'll line my words inside them.
Shout out to Redline on that. That spacewalk, that spacewalk. Listen, man, I think the way that we can improve this, man, is that spacewalk hook is a little stiff to me. Spacewalk, like, you know, I don't know if that's how you wanted to really say it. It doesn't really give me, it doesn't have a bounce to it, right? So, you know, it feels a little stiff, man. You know, just my 2 cents on it. Also, if we're gonna do the hook, we got to make sure that we're repeating it twice, right? What you're doing is you're doing really a 4-bar hook, which really should be repeated 2 times, right? So it's 4 bars, do it twice to make it to an 8. But we got to kind of get a little bit more bounce on that. You got the beat, got a bounce to it. It can't just be space walk, like, you know, that's really stiff. If I'm in the room with you, I'm like, yo, loosen that up. You know, make that feel like a little bit more of a bounce to it. Let it have a little bit more of a swag to it, you know, so that we can get folks to really jump into this thing, you know what I mean? But that might be your rap cadence, which is going to probably need work.
And though it's gonna be a long way, I'll try with force and fight 'em. Rough like bark, but it's my dog day, so bitch back up before I bite 'em. What a time to be alive, I found the route despite the crossways. Stepped aside and realized about time my perspectives all changed. Crucify me if you like, I'm tired of living like a lie. I'll be the first in line.
Hey, Deuce, man. We working, dog, so, you know, everybody has the same opportunity.
Like God, how much does this damn crossway? I'm up in this bitch without ounce of respect. You make more than me, well go give me a check. Pay me a little bit, I'll come steal your set and tear up the mic better than you ever did. If you want smoke, then bitch, I'm a freight train. Leave you cold like wine, can't recover this ain't sold no dime, shut up bloody streams ain't fake. Ahead of yourself, no wonder you're in the same place. Go and take a shot, but you don't wanna take it physical, cause I'll be taking shots and you a bitch and me the literal. Bitch, of course.
See, like that, look, he could actually rap different. He's actually rapping with more of a cadence, you know what I'm saying? So he was just being stiff because he was being stiff. So he literally can rap a little bit different than that. He can be into the pocket. So the ability is there, which I kind of felt would be there. Like, so this is just one of those songs again, man, that, it's not like outright bad. It's just like, it's like, I know sometimes what folks would like to say, like they would like to say, like, give every song a chance to kind of be its own thing. You know what I mean? Like, and granted, we can make songs do their own thing, and they can have their uniqueness to it, and they can be within the sphere of the business without it being redundant or sounding redundant. But I think when I'm listening to these things from my vantage point, and I have to kind of try to see how I can say this in a way that doesn't come off too cocky, but it's like, I've been able to watch these charts and watch, like, being introduced very early into SoundScan, and watch how these charts move and watch how songs perform. And my partner was directly part of, like, that whole Loud Street Team thing when they used to run around New York City and used to put these things on the wall and climb up light poles, and what I'm saying. So we're talking about, like, these eras of working street teams and making records work. And I remember when they first started to service shook ones. You know what I mean? Like, if you got to think about that. And like these records had something that was, like, special to them. They had special kind of cadences. They had special ways in which they sounded. So when I'm listening to these things critically, it's like, not only am I kind of comparing it to past data, but I'm also comparing it to where it could be going in a future type of way, right? Because we still have to listen to what's happening today. We still have to make sure that we're doing stuff that's current. So we have to make sure that we're listening to the leaders of today, right? So that's going to be the Drakes and everybody else in between, right? Because those are the current leaders, right? So as much as we want to say that he's been in the game for 15 years, he is the leader, right, of the game right now, right? He's the number one guy, and he's basically going to be leading the pack into where the next generation is going to sound, period, So it's going to be the same way like our NBA, right? You got a player like Steph Curry that comes in, and it changes the face of the league. It changes how people play the game. And Drake is one of those artists that changed how people play the game. And there's going to be a lot of artists underneath that kind of do their thing, and they change certain ways. Benny the Butcher and them, Griselda, Conway, they change a little stuff. They changed some things. You got what Future and them guys did, 21 and Metro and those guys. Like, they change things. Everybody changes, and they have their impacts. Ross and them, they do their thing. So if you're watching and you're listening, you're kind of looking at that whole amalgamation of everybody and saying, okay, where do I fit in to this landscape? But the one thing that you can tell us that's all consistent is that they're all going to have good hooks. They're all going to have strong song structure. They're all going to have certain types of beats that hit certain types of ways, right? They're going to have beats within certain tempo ranges. They're going to have songs within certain key ranges. These things are prevalent, man, throughout time. Like, these things, it doesn't matter if you're listening to Michael Jackson, if you're listening to Drake. It's like they're all going to have these nuances that remain the same. And that's what we're kind of listening for, right? Right, but we're also listening for you to do your own thing, but within those kind of parameters, right? So it sounds different, but it still reminds us of it being the same. So it's kind of like, we're kind of drawing within the lines. We go outside the lines just a little bit, just so folks know that we're here, but we're kind of staying within the lines to make sure that we can have that longevity. I'm not sure if that makes sense for some folks. I might be talking in different language, but what's this here? Roadrunner by Jig Jennings. We'll listen to this one.
Dead ain't make up be ready till the ankle spray.
swear. Life be life. A lot of these niggas don't like it. 3 dip in the 2-seater, 4 in the 2-liter, call it that thunder and lightning. I about to striker, shit in my pants make me sad like a diaper. Bitch, I'm not the type to go back and forth like a windshield wiper. I say this shit to my kinfolk. Fuck you thought that you did get the memo. Real men is a jig, not a minnow. Niggas talking they sleep, pillow. Tell me something about myself that I didn't know. Pussy boy, you a scrub, a Brillo. Shoot a shot, it's the same, B-roll. Yeah, now everybody got something to say about the baby boy, but the baby boy. We all get a chance, ain't a choice. Everybody get the same 24. Been the corner, bust a curve. Bun the block, try not to swerve. Night out, early bird. On execute the only time I saw a roll. A roll running. Had to get my own, I couldn't hold nothing. Oh, money. This shit still got the mold on it. Been the corner, bust a curve. Bun the block, try not to swerve. Savage shit. I fool run and get back on my rabbit shit. Habit shit. Bye-bye with a bundle. Let my bag of bridges. Bag of pippin'. Bitches come and go. I ain't even trippin'. What's the ticket? Big comb off them taxes. I make sure to flip it. Let it up and on to it all. Try not overcome. Grew up in the slum. One-on-one. Make somebody non-residue and chrome. By the ton. Tryna make a fun. I'm back out on bun. Lost the glove. Got a bigger gun. Think it's gravy, private to myself. It's straight to pay me. Would I have a baby? I'm just tryna make it right now. Been the corner, bust a curve. Bun the block, try not to swerve. Night out, early bird. On execute the only time I saw a word. A roll running. Had to get my own, I couldn't hold nothing. Oh, money. This shit still got the mold on it.
And that's Jig Jennings, man, on Roadrunner. Yo, y'all tell me that don't have like a Jeezy cadence to it.
Been the corner, bust a curve.
He got like a dope voice.
Corner, bust a curve. Bun the block, try not to swerve. Night out, early bird.
And if you know what it sounds like to me, and I'm gonna tell y'all like what I think in here, right? So I think that he's outside of the pocket. You know what I mean? Like he's outside of the pocket, and that's what I think you guys might be hearing on it. Like he's not 100% in the pocket. It's as if maybe the headphones had a delay or something. Like he's like a little bit off of the beat the whole record.
On execute the only time I saw a word.
And then also the music is not supporting the way the music is breaking down. It's not supporting the way that the song is arranged.
A roll running. Had to get my own.
See, like right now you got the Roadrunner. It's supposed to have that piano going right there.
Couldn't hold nothing. Oh, money. This shit still got the mold on it.
Like that whole part where it has the Roadrunner should always have the piano in it. It shouldn't have no other instrument in there. Shouldn't be it.
Been the corner, bust a curve. Right now, bust a curve. Bun the block, try not to swerve. Life be life. A lot of these niggas don't like it. 3 dip in the 2-seater, 4 in the 2-liter, call it that thunder and lightning. I about to striker, shit in my pants make me sad like a diaper. Bitch, I'm not the type to go back and.
Yeah, yo, Jig, man. I think that's my big thing with this. I think the hook is there. I just think that musically, like we have to kind of arrange the music where that the piano where everything is in it, where it doesn't drop during the hook. That's for sure. The road, we want the music, we want the piano, everything to stay in pocket right there. Save some of the drops for when he's rapping and when we're peeling back the record. When we're taking some of the tracks out, save that for the verses, etc. Don't really do that during the hooks. Make sure that the hooks are standing the way they need to stand. And then I feel like if you shift his vocal, I'm gonna say slightly forward, he would be more in the pocket for me. It's right outside of the pocket, man. It's almost like he's in the pocket but not in the pocket. And again, that could be part of his style, but I can almost guarantee that if we get him in the pocket, it'll lock in and sound way better. You know what I'm saying? It won't be like it won't be kind of like I sort of like it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you got a record that goes like, well, I sort of like it, is because there's something that's off. There's like a nuance to it that's kind of like, I sort of like it because it's not, doing what it got to do. But shout out to everybody jumping into the live. Hold on 1 second. When we get back to the gritty stuff, shout out to Cyan. What up, man? Hold on. Let me check this. Yeah. We're going to jump into this next joint. Shout out to Ayana Stone. Another one for her. Record is called I Like. Let's take a listen to it.
I like slim frames, I like curves, I like soft smoke, I like soft words, I like tall vibes, I like short goals, every flavor fit my world, I like fire types, I like cold chill, I like grown minds with a grown will, I even love the ones who popped up, back when flip phones still rang real. I'm in the slim lines, I'm into curves, cloudy nights, unbothered words, high-rise queens, low-key stars, every lane fit my garage. Heat check vibes, ice cold nerves, grown energy, no kiss stuff heard. I even rock with the ones who shine, back when dial-up ruled the world. I like cool calm, I like loud laughs, late night calls, first class naps, battle tested, brand new glow. Both hit hard when the lights go low, heels on marble, feet in sand, swipe the card or rubber band. I respect the polished moment, but rock confidence, my brand. No tape measure, no weigh-ins, I don't shop by size of frame. If you move with intention, you already in the game. Head nod, bounce, bounce, cadence right. Rooms lean in when I step inside. From corner bars to skyline views, same effect, different nights. I'm into slim lines, I'm into curves, cloudy nights, unbothered words, high-rise queens, low-key stars, every lane fit my garage. Heat check vibes, ice cold nerves, grown energy, no kiss stuff heard. I even rock with the ones who shine, back when dial-up ruled the world. I like sharp minds, playful flex, quiet confidence, dangerous text, press suits or oversized tees, both go crazy next to me. Honest first, clean slate talk, no skeletons, we grown, we walk. If you live and breathe in present, that's the baseline, nothing else chalk. Scroll the list, it's now untight, spin the globe, same appetite. Ask my circle what I'm into, they'll tell you real ones only right. No secrets, no narrow view, if you solid, I see you. What's my type, let's keep it simple. If you're grown and true, I choose you. I'm in the slim lines, I'm into curves, cloudy nights, unbothered words, high-rise queens, low-key stars, every lane fit my garage. Heat check vibes, ice cold nerves, grown energy, no kiss stuff heard. I even rock with the ones who shine, back when dial-up ruled the world. Broad shoulders, soft edges, fast talk, slow kisses, any shape, any pace. If you move right, you got space.
That's how I like, man. Ayana Stone. Deuce. This one doing a lot. It's hard to follow. I see that.
I like slim frames, I like curves, I like soft smoke, I like soft words.
And I think that's probably where it is. It's like I'm looking for, when we say there's no format, it's like I'm looking for how we can get people to latch onto it, right? And that's really like the whole crux of the song arrangement game, right? Is to create the portions that people will be able to latch onto. So that's why the format is like, we like to drive that as the main driver. Like, we need the format because we need it to stick. We need the redundancy. We need the repetitiveness of it, right? So
I like tall vibes, I like short goals. Every flavor
track is jumping.
will fit my
Vocal performance is crazy.
world. I like fire types, I like cold chill.
You know, for guys that are my age, right? And I really don't like to, you know, make me feel like I'm old. Well, you know, older than I really supposed to be. But like this shit is like magic, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people do not understand like how hard it is to get an artist to get into a booth and perform like this. It's like it requires something like an out of godly experience.
I like grown minds with
like if folks really don't understand what they got at their fingertips now. Like I'm telling you, like
grown will.
shout out to Maya, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like you know, being in the studio with her, like, you know, because I was, you know, we were doing work with different artists, but by the time I got into the studio with a Grammy Award winning artist, and by the time I start to see the difference, and you tell them to do something, you know what I mean? Like it's the difference, you know what I'm saying? And not until I really experienced that, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like there's levels to this shit, and like, you know, but if when you got a new artist and you're trying to get them to that level, you know how much hours we're talking, dog? We're talking hundreds of studio time hours. Like, man, like these guys are not understanding what they're working right now.
I even love the ones who popped up back when flip phones still rang real. I'm in the slim lines, I'm into curves, cloudy nights, I'm bothered words.
Yo, let's start off the record with this right here. I'm into
I rise queens, low-key stars, every lane fit my garage. Heat check vibes, ice cold nerves, grown energy, no kiss stuff heard. I even rock with the ones who shine back when dial-up ruled the world. I like cool calm, I like loud laughs, late night calls, first class naps, battle tested, brand new glow. Both hit hard when the lights go low. Heels on marble, feet in sand, swipe the card or rubber band. I respect the polished moment, but rock confidence my brand. No tape measure, no weigh-ins. I don't shop by size of frame. If you move with intention, you already in the game. Head nod, bounce cadence right. Rooms lean in when I step inside, from corner bars to sky.
It's right here, actually.
Wrong energy, no kiss stuff heard. I even rock with the ones who shine back when dial-up ruled the world. Broad shoulders, the words, high-rise queens, low true, I choose you. I'm in the slim lines, I'm into curves, cloudy nights, I'm bothered words, high-rise queens, low-key stars, every lane fit my garage. Heat check vibes, ice cold nerves, grown energy, no kiss stuff heard. I even rock with the ones who shine back when dial-up ruled the world.
And then repeat it. Like, take this part and use that as a hook.
Nights, I'm bothered words, high-rise queens, low-key stars, every lane fit my garage. Heat check vibes, ice cold nerves.
And you know why I'm saying to use this part is because it has the extra instrumentation.
Let's keep it simple, if you're grown and true, I choose you. I'm in the slim lines, I'm into curves, cloudy nights, I'm bothered words, high-rise queens, low-key stars, every lane fit my garage. Heat
Especially when it goes, fit my garage. It's really dope.
check vibes, ice cold nerves, grown energy, no kiss stuff heard. I even rock with the ones who shine back when dial-up ruled the world.
And then repeat that. So like have that go to 2 times and make that into that 8-bar hook. Try it, see how that sounds. You know what I'm saying, in terms of arranging it. Like see how that might sound in terms of taking that part right there and putting those together into an 8-bar. Try fitting it into the front, try fitting it into the middle, try fitting it at the end. Try to see how that may go with this record in particular. And look, it's a dope vocal performance because it's kind of a rap, you know, more of a rap / singing. But what it'll do is it'll help to create, I believe, like a stronger hook and replay value, right? Like compared to her other songs, like that, this one doesn't have that. This one has a decent rap cadence, etc. And you know, but it doesn't have the standout structure of the other songs, the standout hooks and the replay value of the other records, right? Can it stand within the body of work? Yes. But I think with the tools that we have, there's no reason why we couldn't have an album that, was overloaded with singles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that in the greater scheme of things, if the record has more go-to records within the body of work, then we can spend more time promoting a singular project, right? Because it has songs that have replay value. So we can kind of spend, more time on making sure that those records are landing and doing what they need to do and being introduced to new folks. At the same time, we can be also putting in new projects, but, we want to make sure that the records are being able to stand up to each other and they're not like lackluster records. Like if we have a situation where we listen to this artist and this artist basically has almost no skips, like that's that's really unheard of. You know what I mean? Like right now, people tend to just shoot for, one single and that's it. Whereas if you got a record that has a lot more going on, then I think that we can put ourselves in a position to really stand out. How many songs are we looking at just for total on this project that you want? For this first album, how many songs are we looking at? Are we doing an EP? Are we looking at doing a full length? Like where do you stand in terms of how much songs we got done? Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live.
Shoulders, soft edges, fast talk, slow kisses.
2 EPs? Well, how many songs we talking about for EPs? 8 songs or 6?
Any shape, any pace. If you move right, you got space.
Yeah, that's good. Yo, bro, I didn't even realize. Yo, shout out Chef Omar, man, in the building, man. I didn't even, dog, I ain't even peep you, dog. I hope all is well, man. Shout out to Chef Omar, man. That's my homie from the Bronx, man. Shout out to Chef Omar. I'll tell y'all a story about Chef Omar in a minute. I had some of my early studio, my early studio experiences with Chef Omar, man. Shout out to him.
I like slim frames. I like curves. I like soft smoke. I like soft words. I like tall vibes. I like short goals. Every flavor fit my world. I like fire types. I like cold chill. I like grown minds with a grown will. I even love the ones who popped up back when flip phones still rang real. I'm in the slimmer lines, I'm into curves. Cloudy.
Do you have a date that you want these joints to drop, Deuce? Yeah, you got a date on these? Okay. You have a timeline in your mind? Like, what's the timeline in your mind? In a perfect world, how long? Shout out to everybody that jumping into the live, man. I didn't even realize that my man Chef Omar was in the joint. I didn't even realize. Like, I'm looking at his name, and I'm like, all right, July. Okay. You got a little bit of lead time. You want to kind of give it about 6 weeks, give or take. Just to make sure that it can be, properly put out there. I think it's ready. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta build the other content up. You gotta build that other content up. You gotta build that social up. I know that's gonna take a little bit of time. You know, you're mixing and mastering it all. All right. Well, remember, it doesn't require that much, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff be going out. It don't be mixed at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like today's music, man. It you know, if you can do it and it's not gonna kill your timeline, you do it. But don't worry. Don't kill yourself on it. You know what I'm saying? Because like it doesn't have the, the value that it used to have at one point. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel you on that one, brother. I feel you on that one. I feel like look, man, like it's not easy to promote anything. It takes a lot. And I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for folks. It's a lot. Like today's music landscape it's not easy, man. It definitely requires a person to be incessant about social media. Neurotic about it, damn near. But this is what it requires, and you just don't know how long it's gonna take. You don't know how long that you don't know which piece of content is gonna be the one that really jumps off for you. You know what I mean? But this is the game. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like we want to really rock with it. Shout out to my man, like I said, man, Chef Omar Cooks, man. Let me tell you, one of my first studio experiences that people may never remember is that when I was on an artist trajectory. I wasn't on a producer trajectory just yet. I was on an artist trajectory, and I was really looking to see how we can connect with producers at the time and connect with different artists. And my man Omar, man, he was rocking around with some artists, and he had some family members that were doing some big things at Jive at the time. They were working with an artist named R.A. the Rugged Man. Now, some people may not remember this, but this is a long time ago. This is late 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is a long time ago. Not even late 90s, early 90s, because I didn't have a car. Yeah, it's like 90, 93, right? 93, right? Give or take, 93, 94. Had to be around that time because that's the only time I had a hoopty at the time. And we wind up driving to the studio out in Long Island. He had this because family had a studio in Long Island. And I had gone out there a couple of times, had met R.A. the Rugged Man a few times. And this was just part of the stuff that kind of solidified it for me to let me know that I wanted to be in the business. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man. He from the BX. We went to elementary school together. You know what I'm saying? Elementary school, middle school, high school. Like, you know what I mean? Like we from the same hood, same neighborhood. You know what I mean? So shout out to him, man. And his nephew now, get this. His nephew is J Don, signed to L.A. Reid. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Kid is a singer, dancer, and if you remember, he did like that remake of The Lion King. He played Simba. That's actually his nephew. Great singing vocalist, man. And I'm watching the kid grow up on screen, man. It's crazy. Shout out to everybody, man, that's jumping into the game. You know, stuff be coming back full circle, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so crazy when you think about it and how these people impact your life. But, you know, shout out to my man, you know. Shout out to him, man. I think he just celebrated a birthday. I'm going to listen to one more joint before I get up out of here. Dudes, we're going to have to we got to figure out how we can sit down and go over a plan on this thing. See how we can get involved. See how we can, see how we can help out. Get this thing to really, take off the ground and, really give folks a true understanding of what it'll take to break an artist. And it's not easy. It's gonna take some time, but we're gonna try to work around it. This is called a manual. This is a manual style by Ninta1. Let's see what it sounds like. I don't even know what this is. Okay, see what I'm saying? These folks be submitting stuff that I don't know what that is. You got one more? And we're going to do Ariana Stone, Waterfall. Let's take a listen to that. I think you sent me this.
You make the heat spill over now. Every breath feels heavier now. I try to stand, but I'm melting down.
And this Waterfall, I think I've heard this, but this makes it sound a little funny. Hold on a second.
You make the heat spill over now. Every breath feels heavier now. I try to stand, but I'm melting down. You don't touch me still, I'm soaked now. The way you look pours over now. Everywhere makes it harder now. I feel the tide pulling me down. I've been holding back, but I'm drenched now. I say I'm good, I'm staying calm. But you're leaning in, alarm's gone. Every second, pressure mounts. I know what happens if I don't shut this down. I'm trying to hold it back, but you know how. One touch and I'm losing all my control now. I feel it build every time you come around. If you pull me closer, I'm gonna fall down. I'm on the edge, don't push me at all. But you know exactly how to break the wall. If you don't stop, I'm gonna let it fall. You open the dam, here comes the waterfall. Don't let go. Close now, move, but I feel it now. Every second makes it harder now. I try to breathe, but I'm caught up now. Everything in me spilling out. The way you wait drives me wild now. I feel the rush, can't stop it now. I'm past the point of holding now. You don't say a word, I'm soaking now. You read me so you take your time. You know exactly where the line. I say, don't you stay right there, like you're waiting till I give in. Ooh, trying to hold it back, but you know how. One touch and I'm losing all my control now. I feel it build every time you come around. If you pull me closer, I'm gonna fall down. I'm on the edge, don't push me at all. But you know exactly how to break the wall. If you don't stop, I'm gonna let it fall. You open the dam, here comes the waterfall. I try to keep the doors closed tight.
Deuce, man. This Iona Stone, man. Waterfall. I wonder if this can be shorter. 'Cause this is at 4:20, so I feel like this is like a little bit longer than it probably needs to be considering the tempo of it. So I don't know if it'll be more effective by being slightly shorter. Also, I noticed the fidelity on this one is not the same as the previous ones. Like it feels like it dipped a little bit. So I don't know if you want to check that out to make sure that it's not doing anything funky in terms of limiting, etc. Just making sure that that's where it needs to be. For the most part, this again, these are solid, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are not yeah. But I think I heard this one before. But I think what happens here is like this. Like, it doesn't sound like consistent with the other ones. Just in terms of mix and fidelity. But the other thing that I think that I think if we can keep the records really like precise in terms of length, right? Keeping them in a certain like a 3:30 pocket and under. I think what happens is that it gives the EP like just the right length of music for like strong replay value, But again, this is going to be one of those things that you're going to have to really work. It's not bad music. And for folks that are coming on, they're saying, hey, do you know that that's AI? Yes, we know that it's an AI. It's an AI artist, but it's an AI artist, but it's backed by a real producer and songwriter who's basically using their production and songwriting acumen to basically create the artist and basically bring the songs that he had in his vault to life. And this is what a lot of producers are doing now, is they have some songs that may have not been able to get listened to, or may have some records that may not have been able to get to the marketplace because we didn't have anybody to perform them accurately. I think a lot of us dealt with that, like, having a whole bunch of songs or having things in our head that we weren't able to get translated correctly through the artist network that we had, right? So say, for example, you had an artist network, but you didn't have an artist that can perform at a certain level that was going to be able to bring that those songs to fruition, or maybe they didn't have the songwriting acumen to get us there, That's the golden goose of AI right now. What AI brings to the table now is it brings the ability for our ideas to get seen to completion and get them executed. Like, a lot of us did not have that, and to have it executed at this level, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beauty of this. So for a lot of us who are a little bit older, we're looking at this thing like you guys are fighting against a system that can actually bring your songs to life. And, we used to have to search for artists, and then artists used to have a certain temperament, and then artists used to have it be available, and then artists had to have a certain type of talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to literally have the stars aligned in some cases to get a decent record recorded by a dope artist. It's like, it's like damn near hitting the lottery. Like, if I'm being honest. And if you're not in the right region of the country, if you weren't in Atlanta, or if you're not in New York, or you're not in LA, it's like, how do you break through? You know what I'm saying? Because you're not even in the mix. You understand? Like, you're not even in the mix of where shit is happening. Like, so, like, how do you get into this situation? So it's like, between the internet, social media, and between AI, it's like the advantage is so much different now. And folks are still kind of pushing back against it, which is kind of absurd to me. But I can't tell folks how to use the tools, man. It's like guys are fighting against, the screwdriver. Like, if you want to use your hand and try to screw that in, that's on you, brother. This joint is called Practice Reps by Augustus Banks. This can take an artist to another level. They can work their stuff and then really polish it. Like that's the thing that I think a lot of people are not realizing is that they could use it to really polish their music. I'm gonna listen to this joint called "Practice Rap" by Augustus Banks. We're gonna take a listen to that on Spotify. Let's see what it listen like. Practice Raps. Hey Boogie, thank you for the gift.
I thought this rap life was over. These niggas die every day in the game. I thought I needed some closure. Just like my ex, she did not feel the same. Almost in love with the struggle. That chip on my shoulder gon' always remain. Sometimes I hate being sober. Anything to make me not feel the pain. But when I sit and feel it, that's when the boss become the realest. No more lying to myself, I got the Pinocchio spirit. Cause I just wanna be the illest. Whether hero or the villain, whether virus or the penicillin, I'ma make it killin'. I'm like Mariano with the knife in. And the way I keep myself closed off from naysayers swinging and missing. Fuck the sneaking and dissing. Rather pull up on a nigga and I get to pop quizzing. Cause if it's not love, you can be a new addition to my coalition. The circle stays tight, cracks in the armor only give these niggas fuel to take flight. And I can't have them landing on my tarmac. Cause the money coming in like I got Grey's Almanac. And I ain't fucking it up. Too many niggas that I know ain't butting it up. Too many horror stories of my people losing it all. Too much ambition have you trying to walk before you can crawl. And when you reach the heights I see the harder you gonna fall. And then the vultures start to circle. If they lick right, these niggas hit and run till they blood in the sock. Cause for the shillings they be willing to throw heat on the spot. And I'm getting more kitchen than they fed in K-pop. So my dogs is on watch and I'm moving vigilant, borderline militant. Cause if I get to play, my soldiers gonna move like when the Germans called the Blitz. And we never show mercy like you living on the strip. Damn, don't let them off the hook. Sometimes I need to get away, touchdown in a foreign place. But every time upon escape I realize the suffering, the hustling, bustling, street tussling, government's happiness, taxing shit. When you open up your eyes you see the world is all the same. So while you talking about our differences, I'm scheming on some dividends coming from the pen in hand. Scribble out some images and watch it turn to Benjamins. And I done did that magic trick a couple times, this ain't new to me. Even practice darker magic cause I turned a couple of these niggas into eulogies. Rest in peace unless you a op, then it's rest on the deep, bitch. The verses never resting, always going up like a ski lift. When I'm in a mode, that's when the flow reaches the zenith. If you don't think this touching God's is, you a heathen. Or maybe I'm talking blasphemy, but the mastery is undeniably gonna fade any brave soul to face me as an enemy. And even when I'm dead, all the verses is infinity. Foundation solid, rest of y'all is looking finicky, huh? Came a long way to rap like this. Like niggas need a stage just to act like this. Like never done records till I die in this bitch. Life fait accompli, it just is what it is, ho. Whoa. Shit. We getting a little practice in, you feel me? Gotta get them reps in for real. Yeah.
Practice Raps by Augustus Banks.
Yo.
So what's my feedback on this, man? I feel like he got rap on this joint. He got a decent rap voice, a good rap cadence, got some rhymes on it. I feel like we can probably get a little bit more in the pocket in terms of the rap. You know what I mean? Like there are some areas where it may be a little bit too wordy. But my largest issue with this is that it starts too slow.
Yo, okay, every time I come.
Right? Like he doesn't start rapping. We're already 10 seconds in. "15 seconds, they have to
I thought this rap life was over. These niggas die every day in the game. I thought
the record should start right there.
I needed some closure. Just like my ex, she did not feel the same. Almost in love with the struggle. That chip on my shoulder gon' always remain. Sometimes I hate being sober. Anything to make me not feel the pain. But when I sit and feel it,
right? Like because if you think about it right now, we've basically utilized almost 45 seconds of real estate. We cannot do that in this day and age. Like this would have been, say for example, if the algorithm fed us this record, because nothing happened for the first 30 seconds damn near, we would have swiped off of this, right? Probably before the 30 seconds, so you probably wouldn't even got the qualified play. So what I would suggest here, you know what I'm saying, is for you to make sure that we're not utilizing the for folks who may be listening, coming in on the first time listening to me, it's like, remember what you're dealing with. You're dealing with algorithms, man. You're not even dealing with real personal choices. You're dealing with algorithms. So what is the algorithm looking for? The algorithm is looking for the behavior of the first 3 to 10 seconds of the user. So if the user is not doing something within the first 3 to 10 seconds, right? If you can't get the user to engage or to stay or something, the algorithm is not going to continue to feed your content. And that's going to go across the board. It's going to be music, everything that's in between. It has, you know, so what we're working with now is we're trying to get folks to engage in the behavior that's going to help to get your record to be permeated through the internet, right? So what I don't want artists to do is I never want you to use up any time that you can get right to the point that's going to keep the listener engaged. If you're not able to do that, then you're toast, bro. You're toast. And look, and that goes across the board. I don't care if you're podcasting. I don't care if you're whatever you're doing. You're going to have to find a way to keep the listeners and users engaged, right? Now, if you're a person that doesn't care about growth, if you're a person that doesn't care about those type of things, if you don't care about it, then you can kind of do it the way you want to do it. But if you're looking to kind of see if you can make this into a career and monetize it and all that other good stuff, we're going to have to follow the rules of engagement. There's no shortcut to it, right? So in this particular exercise here, he's 45 seconds into the record, man, and I can't tell him to do that confidently.
That's when the boss become the realest. No more lying to myself. I got the Pinocchio spirit, cause I just want.
And then his mix now, his vocals are decent, but I feel like he can be a little bit above the music.
Be the illest, whether hero or the villain, whether virus or the penicillin, I'ma make it killing. I'm like Mariano winning, knife in the way I keep myself closed off from naysayers swinging and missing. Fuck the sneaking and dissing. Rather pull up on a nigga and I get to pop quizzing. Cause if it's not love, you can be a new addition to my coalition.
Because it sounds like he's trying to fight the music, especially when that big area comes in. That da-na-na, that's really the hook. That's really, if you think about it musically, that's where the hook needs to go. If you realize how big the record is, the track is behind it, that's where when you hear the musicality big like that, that's where the hook is supposed to go. He ain't really supposed to be trying to rap over that.
The circle stays tight.
Here is where the verse is supposed to be.
Cracks in the armor only get these niggas fuel to take flight, and I can't have them landing on my tarmac.
If you notice, there's more space here for him to breathe. More space for him to be heard.
He coming in like I got Grey's Almanac and I ain't fucking it up. Too many niggas that I know ain't butting it up. Too many horror stories of my people losing it all. Too much ambition have you trying to walk before you can crawl. And when you reach the heights, I see the harder you gonna fall. And then the vultures start to circle. If they lick right, these niggas sit and run till they blood in the sock. Cause for the shillings, they be willing to throw heat on the spot. And I'm getting more kimchi than they fed in K-pop. So my dogs is on watch, and I'm moving vigilant, borderline militant. Cause if I get to play, my soldiers gonna move like when the Germans called the Blitz. And we never show mercy like you living on the strip. Damn, don't let them off the line. Right. Sometimes I need to get away, touchdown in a foreign place. But every time upon escape, I realize the suffering, the hustling, bustling, street tussling, government happiness, taxing shit. When you open up your eyes, you see the world is all the same. So while you talking about our differences, I'm scheming on some dividends coming from the pen in hand. Scribble out some images and watch it turn to Benjamins.
That was supposed to be the hook. So see, like right here, is the artist is not even listening to the beat. Like you got to listen to the beat. Like you hear, like the guy has the producer has this beat almost set up to the T. Like you can hear where the record breaks down and where it comes back in with the hook. but the artist is not really listening to that. Like, you know, shout out to Augustus, but you're not listening to how the music is changing. The music is changing. It's telling you that's where the hook is supposed to be. Like, you hear it, like it's literally changing.
Vigilant, borderline militant. Cause if I get to play, my soldiers gonna move like when the
You see how it breaks down, it drops?
Germans called the Blitz, and we never show mercy like you living on the strip. Damn, don't let them.
Like, he set you up perfectly and you missed it. You know what I'm saying? So I would always tell you to make sure that you're listening to that, man. Like real talk. Like you gotta like real talk. You gotta definitely understand like where the song is supposed to be structured. Like it's right there. The producer set you up with the perfect alley-oop. You kind of missed it. So for these type of records, you gotta definitely make sure that you're listening to the beats. Most times, if the producer's giving you a beat that's structured, you're gonna have it all set up. You'll be surprised by how many artists still miss it. Even your best artists, they still sometimes miss it. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I'm gonna keep it a brick with y'all, right? Like, one of the records that we placed earlier in this year is with French Montana and with Max B, right? And the record is called Me Too. It's on Coke Wave 3.5, right? You're gonna see the record. It's called Me Too, right? It's on Wave Gods, whatever, right? Coke Wave 3.5. Narcos, right? French Montana, Max B, Narcos 3.5. The song is called Me Too. The record starts off, and then in the record there's a lead in the track, and there's a record in the lead, and it has a bass line that I arpeggiated, right? Max raps right through that. That's supposed to be the hook, right? He raps through that, right? He goes in the other part of it, kind of raps cool, and then if you notice, it's still set up the same way where it starts to break down. And that's where you're supposed to be building up to get back into the hook. Those guys rap through that. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times as a producer, you could set the record up and they still going to kind of do what they want to do. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But I can almost guarantee you that if we were able to go back in and we're not able to go back in and we're not able to change it, that's the problem, because now certain caliber artists, you're not going to be able to go back in and change it. You know what I'm saying? Because you might want to change it, but French got a diamond record. I can't tell him to change it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like, yo, it's not going the way that I would kind of want it to be, but it's like, that's not a battle that you want to, that's not a hill you want to try to die on. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are records that could change your life, so you don't necessarily want to go in and say, well, nah, I want to change this and change that. And then when I listen to it, it's like it's not as crazy as I would think it would be. But I could also see it like, hey, it could be slightly better if we had arranged it better. But sometimes you don't get that opportunity. So as a producer, you gotta try to set it up as much as you can, because a lot of times they're gonna do what they want to do. But if you set it up, some artists could catch it, some artists won't. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But shout out to Augustus Banks for shooting that in. I know it's practice reps. I know it's really just a freestyle. But even in your freestyles, we still need hooks, bro. Like, even if we're doing practice reps, we still need hooks. You know, once you start putting these things on Spotify and stuff like that, these things need to be hooks, man, because each song has to be able to stand on its own. Just remember that. Shout out to my man Deuce Nines. He doing a joint called Deep Strike. Deuce Nines.
Let that shit all tight. Mine ain't too tight, too tight, too tight. Bust it wide open all night, all night. You gon' feel it in your walls. D-strike, 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 D-strike. But they thinking I'm wrong. You right, you right, you right, you right. They be thinking I'm wrong. You right, you right, you right, you right. They pressure make diamond, this ice is VS. Multiple carrots, back it up, slow let it glow and I'm changing the status. Every move calculated, I'm surgical with the habits. One touch got a breath, this whole room feel the damage. Grip on the sheets, hit the frame when it rattle. Earthquake motion, whole house fit the battle. I don't rush the moment, let you beg for the pace. When I hit, leaving the print, can't erase what I make. Got an arch in the back when the rhythm go dumb. Said she felt it too deep, now she tapping my thumb. Say my name when it land, tryna hold that screen. I ain't wrong, I'm precise, it's a D-strike thing. Slow grind and I switch that speed. Say stop, but your body disagree. Every time I pull back, then strike, yeah, you knew what it be. I can't do that. Bust it wide open all night. You gon' feel it in your walls. Deep strike. They be thinking I'm wrong. You right. They be thinking I'm wrong. You right. Lights low, sweat drip, mirror fog on the glass. Every pull, every pause got you stuck in a trance. Whisper don't stop, then you bite when it hit. Whole tempo change when I slide back in it. Neck kiss it slow, while the rhythm gon' mean. Legs locking tight when you feel that reach. You say you can't take it in big for more. Every time I pull out, you pull me closer than before. Heartbeat sync with the bass and the track. Control in my hands while your spine go back. You knew what it was when you stepped inside. No wrong moves here, only pressure applied. Hold still, let me set that pace. Deep breath when I shift that way. Say my name like you called in a way. Then I put you back, let it break. My game too tight. Bust it wide open all night. You gon' feel it in your wall. Deep right. They be thinking I'm wrong. You right. Deep right. Yeah. Every time right.
Deuce Nas, man. Deep Strike, man. I want people to pay attention to how he starts his record.
My game too tight. Bust it wide open all night. You gon' feel it in your walls. Deep strike. But they thinking I'm wrong.
You see how he starts his record off and he goes straight into the hook? Like, this is the best use of space. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at any piece of content on social right now, they'll always tell you you have to deliver your hook. Like, as long as you're delivering your hook, probably within the first 10 to 30 seconds, like, this gives you the greatest chance of your song being able to get listened or get your content to be watched through for the entire time, right? Like this is the part of the reason why I tell folks to lead with the hook, because it's your strongest piece of the record. It's going to make the record either pass or fail on the first 30 seconds. If folks like the hook, then you good. If folks don't like the hook, then you dead in the water. You know what I'm saying?
You right. They be thinking I'm wrong. You right. They pressure make diamond, this ice is VS. Multiple carrots, back it up, slow let it glow and I'm changing the status. Every move calculated, I'm surgical with the habits. One touch got a breath.
I would probably like to hear on the hook though, maybe one additional instrument that makes it stand out. Just a little bit more.
Let that shit out tight. My game too tight. Bust it wide open all night. You gon' feel it in your walls. But they thinking I'm wrong. You right. They be thinking I'm wrong. You right. They pressure make diamond, this ice is VS. Multiple carrots, back it up, slow let it glow and I'm changing the status. Every move calculated, I'm surgical with the habits. One touch got a breath, this whole room feel the damage. Grip on the sheets, hit the frame when it rattle. Earthquake motion, whole house fit the battle. I don't rush the moment, let you beg for the pace. When I hit, leaving the print, can't erase what I make. Got an arch in the back when the rhythm go dumb. Said she felt it too deep, now she tapping my thumb. Say my name when it land, tryna hold that screen. I ain't wrong, I'm precise, it's a D-strike thing. Slow grind and I switch that speed. Say stop, but your body disagree. Every time I pull back, then strike, yeah, you knew what it be.
Like this is a really good vocal performance in terms of a rap performance, man. Like, you know, it has R&B. So how I look at it like this, man, it's like we gotta this has a dope like vocal cadence, you know what I mean? Where it's like kind of going up, it's doing too tight, like these are the type of things that help people to like really like if they rocking with it, they're gonna really enjoy what that is. So like, and I want that to really be a demonstration to folks when I say, hey, we need a record that's going to be in the pocket. Like, this is a demonstration of that. Like, on the beat, Like, you got to be on the beat. Like, this is one of the things that are like quintessential when it comes to rapping and when it comes to singing. It's like, yo, we want to make sure that you're in the pocket, man. It's like, you know, if you're hearing Michael Jackson, or if you're hearing, you know, if you're hearing Snoop, or you're hearing, like, these guys are always going to be in the pocket. Like, this is what makes them masterful. This is why these guys have been able to last so long. Like, you know, pause. Like, when you think about the careers of some of your favorite artists, man, T.I., like, just the ability to be in the pocket, like, and have a great vocal cadence. Like, this is half of the game, man. If folks really understood that, man, like, half of these records wouldn't even come out, man. Shout out to Deuce Nines on that. Make sure y'all are checking Deuce Nines out on the production, on the AI. Like, he's definitely working with us. Listen, for the folks who are looking to be into our group, we have our Future Producer Society. It's school.com/Future Producer Society. There, we're showing folks music production, arrangement, copyright, music publishing, you name it. We talking about it over there. We got to be showing folks how to get it done. Make sure that you are tapping in with us. This record is called Apologies in Advance by Quincy Jules. I see you in the building. K Boogie, I see you in the building. You know what I mean? I see you guys in the building. So, you know, let's take a listen to it. This is going to be some R&B. Make sure y'all are following at Quincy_Jules if you like what you're hearing. We're going into Spotify with this one.
Oh. 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 Relax, love, let me paint your frame. Touch so deep you'll never feel the same. Breath on your neck while my hands explore. Move in rhythm till you're asking for more. Every kiss, every sigh is a whispered vow. Pull you closer cause the moment is now. Apologize in advance for loving you so deeply, for tracing every curve till your soul lets me in completely. I might keep you awake till the morning light, with my name on your lips all through the night. Lose yourself in the fire we make, slow and steady or the earth will shake. Eyes on mine as the tension climbs, bodies speaking in unspoken rhymes. You're the ink, I'm the pen, scripting dreams that never age. Every heartbeat and breath a confession on the page. Apologize in advance for loving you so deeply, for tracing every curve till your soul lets me in completely. I might keep you awake till the morning light, with my name on your lips all through the night. No rush, no rules, just the pull of fate. Two hearts racing at the same slow rate. I'll press my truth in the palm of your hands, show you pleasure only you'll understand. You'll wear my touch like a fine perfume, lingering softly long after we're through. Apologize in advance for leaving you breathless, but darling, when the stars call, we'll answer for the next kiss. Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.
Quincy Jules, man, apologies in advance. So I need my folks to get to the front of the room on this one, so that you can just pay attention real quick. Listen, this record has it has a decent track, and it has a decent vocal performance. You know, nothing wrong with it in terms of the vocal performance, in terms of its key, the way that the vocals are executed, the way that the vocals are mixed. All of these things are working the way it needs to work. The issue with this record is that it has a bad song structure, right? And I want to break it down so that you can understand where I'm going with it, so that you can understand exactly what I'm saying. When I say it has a bad song structure, and this is going to impact the listenability of this record, right? So let's cut through it piece by piece, so that you can understand where I'm going with it, and then you take the notes. Again, this is some of the stuff that we go through, and you know, like I said, in our Future Producer Society, so that you can kind of be clear on what it is, and to make sure that you can correctly produce your records, man. And it's not just for producers; it's also for people who are doing artists. Like, you know, artists have to produce vocally, and I think they kind of mix it. They kind of forget that they have to also learn how to produce and everything else with the business. You know, it's like you can't articulate your vision if you don't know how to produce as well as an artist, right? So let's take a listen to this, and I can try to break it down so you can understand where I'm coming from. The first issue is that this record is starting too late. Could have started right there, but he goes again. With 30 seconds in, they hasn't started yet.
Relax, love, let me paint your frame. Touch so deep you'll never feel the same. Breath on your neck while my hands explore. Move in rhythm till you're asking for more. Every kiss, every sigh is a whispered vow. Pull you closer cause the moment is now. Apologize in advance for loving you so deeply.
If you notice what just happened, is that's how you know it's AI, because what Suno tends to like to produce, and what a lot of the folks who are taking songs and putting songs out straight from Suno, is that song doesn't have 8 bars in the verse. It stopped at 6, right? So it stops at 6, and it gives us this long riff to try to get us to the 8 bar, but it doesn't quite get us to the 8 bar. And then he winds up starting the hook somewhere around a little bit in the middle of the 7th bar, right? So this throws off your song structure, right? So basically, people are used to stuff coming in 4s and 8s, pause, right? 4s, 8s, 12s, 16s. Like, this is the way that traditional song structure is going to be made, period, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 bars. Anything in between is going to make your record feel off. Anything in between that, if you have a joint drop in that bar, if it's coming at bar 6, it's like it's not going to do it, right? Like, we have to do it in intervals of 4, 8, 12, 16. If you're not doing it that way, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage for listenability and replay value, right? So now listen to the hook, right? Apologies in advance, right?
For love, apologize in advance for loving you so deeply, for tracing every curve till your soul lets me in completely. I might keep you awake till the morning light, with my name on your lips all through the night. Lose yourself in the fire we make.
Can't do that.
Slow and
Can't do that. It's the songs are ending on this. The vocals are ending on the 6 bars. Like, so that's not gonna necessarily. It's not gonna fly. It leaves the listener like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So Quincy, K Boogie, make sure y'all are jumping into the studio, or y'all jumping into Suno, and y'all are adding in the lyric stanzas that's going to get you to 8 bars. Now, the way that Suno tends to do it is, if you let it write for you, you're going to get that a lot, right? Because you're letting it write for you. And then you'll have to fill in the difference to get it to 8 bars. But then what happens is that depending on the way that it writes the song, because if you're letting it write for you, this is what's going to be part of the issue. Okay, so we have to make sure, if you wrote it, we have to make sure that we get into 8 bars. We got to make sure we got to make sure it's getting to 8 bars. If you're writing it, let's make sure that we're writing the record to get to 8 bars. And then we can kind of, and you have to do that for everything. We need 8 bars in the verse. We need 8 bars in the hook. And if you're going to do any transitions, you can probably do a 4-bar transition from the verse to the mini bridge to go before you go into the hook. But, or maybe an 8-bar bridge, but those people are not really doing those too much anymore. They're typically doing about, 4 bars in between that. So let's really focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're writing it, we have to make sure that we're getting it arranged properly inside of that situation. Like, let's not waste any time in the beginning with 8 bars of riffs. Negative. We probably should do at tops 4 bars. Right? 4 bars of that. Get right into the record. Right? Can't do anything outside of that. Right? And it's going to be the same thing really to go throughout the record, because as we get into the rest of it, is going to be the same thing.
Page, apologize in advance.
And there's nothing wrong with the hook. The hook is fine.
No rush, no.
You know what I'm saying? And just make sure that any musicality is going to be, we save some of that musicality toward the end, maybe 4 bars. But this record probably, if we get it fixed, this record probably shouldn't exceed 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that'll put us at the right length too. Make sure that we're especially when we're dealing with a song that has a slower tempo, be very cognizant of the length of the record. Pause. Right? We have to be cognizant of this because of the simple fact that a slower tempo, it can kind of lull people to sleep a little bit, and we can probably lose interest if folks don't like the vocal, right? If they don't like the vocal of the artist. So say, for example, somebody starts singing and they don't like the guy's tone, right? Because this is a thing, right? Some people like my man say he sound like Joe. Some people like Joe's tone, but some people may prefer John B. Or some people might prefer Justin Timberlake's tone as opposed to, Usher's tone, right? Like, it's just a preference, right? Some people like Chris Brown's register versus Usher's register. It's just a preference. So if in those kind of situations we want to put ourselves in the position where we have the best chances to win, and that's by giving people micro doses of what it is so that we can get them into us and into what we're doing, but in micro doses. If it's too long, then it's going to create a situation where it's kind of what I call friction. Like, these things create friction. Too long intros create friction. These things with songs are too long create friction. These are things that prevent people from listening to it over and over and over again. This prevents people from getting into your record. It's because we're kind of creating these barriers where it's like, okay, we got 8 bars worth of what in the beginning? Like, we can't get to the song. We can't decide if we like this if we like this song at all, because we haven't gotten to it, and people's attention spans are too short. So we have to make sure that we're paying attention to that. Like, this right now is the quintessential way to make sure that folks swipe away from your songs, is because we're not getting right to the point. It's the same thing with your socials. Get to the fucking point. Nobody can play around and be on there and say, hey, my name is such and such and such, and I'm such and such and such, before I get to the fucking point. People just don't have the attention span for the shit no more. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, it's just where we are. But thank you for submitting, man. I like to hear more music. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all are following. Make sure y'all are tapping in with us. And this is the thing, man. It's like, you know, having being on both ends of the spectrum, right? Because I have to talk on different ends of the spectrum, because you know we're primarily producers, but also you have to realize that because we were producing, it gave us the ability to A&R, right? So Mike was able to take what we were doing as producers. Me and Mike used to get together on the weekends when we were younger, and we used to put together our beat tapes, and then we used to be able to put our beat tapes together, play them inside of the office in the label. The artists used to gravitate to those things, and then that's what got him promoted, you know, to an A&R. And then as he got his A&R feet wet, and then, you know, rest in peace to Power Wu-Tang, then he was able to pull me in as a consultant, you know, on the Raekwon project. So I was able to get my A&R stuff going on there too as well. So it's like you start to understand what it is to A&R records, and you start to understand what it is to not only produce it but to A&R it. So we come from a different standpoint. We're producers that also worked as A&Rs, and producers that also have our own label, because we got something distributed through the Orchard, and we're producers that have our own artists, and we have, you know, artists that have transitioned from music to acting and film, and you know, like we have these things that we've been able to kind of have in our experience to be able to see what it takes to get from different things. Because even as an artist that we had, shout out to my homie Sean Anthony Baker, you know, he's transitioned into doing films and movies now. You know, you can go check out Strength of Love, that's on Prime right now, and he's on shows like Swagger and Netflix. He's on Lincoln Lawyer right now, right? So it's like you got different things that people are able to transition in, but it's only because of the experience that we have that is kind of unique in the way that we've been in all of these rooms and been around all these different people. And it's like there are some things that remain constant, and there are some things that do change with time. But for the most part, you know, great music is going to be great music. Song structure is going to be song structure. Good melodies are going to be good melodies. And overall, good songs are going to be good songs. There's nothing that beats that. Those things are going to stand the test of time no matter what. But thank you guys for submitting on that. I'm going to jump into this other joint called Sweetest Secret by Harmony Now. Are you in the building? Which platform are we on? I don't see you. Let me see where you're at. Are you on YouTube? All right, Harmony Now. We're going to take a listen to this right now. This is The Sweetest Secret. Let's take a listen to it. Let's see what this sounds like. Can y'all hear the music? It looks like it's a little low.
You always spoke in pauses, never raised your tongue. Said some things don't survive if everybody knows. Your eyes would say it first before your lips would try. Every truth you held back was living in your size. I thought love needed noise, thought it had to be loud. Didn't know the quiet parts were what you were about. You kept it locked away like it was fragile glass. I didn't see the value till the moment passed. You were the sweetest secret I never learned to keep. Hiding all your feelings so I could sleep. You love me in the shadows, protected my pride. I was holding the world while you held me inside. Yeah, you were the sweetest secret of my life. You changed the subject quick anytime it was you.
This is gonna be the same issue. Is that it's again exceeding that 8 bars, but this is something that the AI does, and people haven't been able to catch it. especially in the earlier iterations of Suno. Like it was creating these songs that it always extended past the 8-bar mark. But we're gonna keep listening.
Said I'm fine, don't worry. Like that made it true. You memorized my moods, adjusted to my days. I never asked what you needed. I just took what you gave. And loving me was a risk. You played it in endless. I was busy being sure you were scared to take a chance. You made it look so easy, putting me before you. I didn't read the signs till I already lost you. I never learned to keep hiding all your feelings. Tired of sleep. You left me in the shadows, protecting my pride. I was holding the world while you healed me inside. You were the sweetest secret of my life. Whatever me was savage, you mastered the sound. The pain out of language, you never made a sound. You laid me few truths and rocked the state of seed. I didn't know the cost of loving me. You were the sweetest secret I should have protected. Who were every unspoken word? I'm misdirected. Now I hear yours. In the space you left behind, I finally understand what I had the whole time. Yeah. You were the sweetest secret of my life. So you know me weaknesses, some truths don't need lie. I just wish I learned that before you said goodbye.
And that's gonna be the same, literally the same feedback, man. It's like, no, outside of the mix being where it is in terms of, it feeling a little bit low, because it's not coming in as loud as the other records. So I feel like it's lacking a little bit of fidelity there. But it's going to be the song structure. It's making sure that we're staying in those 4, 8, and 12, 16-bar stanzas. You know what I mean? Like, don't let the AI do this thing to you where it kind of, shoots out, a portion of the lyrics and then, tries to stretch everything through a, elaborate runs or elaborate, riffs and stuff like that to kind of get it into the next level. Right, we can't let that one get away. So we got to kind of go back and revisit it, throw it back into the studio, chop it up, and see if we can get it to get fixed, man. Like it's going to be the same thing, man. It's like, and remember, don't get too locked in and just like we creating a ton of songs. We have to create a ton of songs, but we also have to have a strategy for release. Like we have to have a strategy to it, because if these records are promoted in the right way, and if we can again create the appropriate content strategy, that's a long-term strategy, right? Again, remember, because this is a long-term thing. It's a long-term play, because we have to look at what records earn, and we have to look at the grand scheme of things. Like, okay, where can we that woman that we didn't listen to with our heart, huh? Hey man, don't give away too much of your those ones that get away. The wife ain't gonna like about all these songs about the ones that got away. Wife ain't gonna like that, right? So it's like when we're looking at this, man, in the larger scheme of things, it's like I feel you, man. In the larger scheme of things, it's like we have to again figure out what is it going to look like in terms of a long-term content schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the thing. It's like if we're successful in creating a content schedule where things are coming out and pushing out on social, if we're successful in setting up the ad campaign that's just running in the background, and then if you're successful in making new music and then adding those into the content schedule and rinsing and repeating for a long enough period of time, you know, given the resources, you can get to a point where if you have something that takes off, you know, and then we're able to kind of rinse and repeat and able to keep that cost controlled, right? But at the same time, just kind of compounding, layering more songs on. You can see how it can turn into a catalog, and you can see how you can get different opportunities to present themselves over time, you know. But it takes very disciplined people to do that, and it takes a good infrastructure, and it takes a decent team. So it's not something that, you know, people can do easily. This is stuff that folks have to really sit down strategically and really have to understand what it's going to take to get it to work in a way that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Over time. But shout out to everybody that jumped into the live today. Like, I haven't been on doing reviews for over 2 hours in a long time, so this is a different night tonight. And then and I'll have to do so. I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna reach out to you so we can connect, so we can kind of figure some things out. But shout out to everybody that jumped into the live. Shout out to everybody that submitted tonight. For my producers, songwriters, and artists who are looking to learn more on this music business, to understand different workflows or different things like that, make sure you're jumping in and tapping into us in our new community. It's really a new community. It's the school.com community. It's free to join /Future Producer Society. And then at the same time, you know, we have different tiers for folks who are a little bit, depending on where you are, if you want more in-depth information, more things that you need to ask. Because, you know, we're trying to basically, I'm really trying to just give cats everything that I understand about this music business and everything that I'm learning in real time, you know, and things that I've gone through in the past, and making sure that you don't have to go through those things as well. Those things that's the most important thing that you can do, is save yourself time. You know, like, you don't have to make these mistakes that folks want you to make in this music business, because some of these mistakes can take years to correct. And, you know, you want to make sure that you're taking care of things the right way from the beginning. So shout out to everybody that jumps in. Shout out to Deuce, you know, Quincy, I see you, man, Chef, and all the other guys in here. I appreciate y'all. I'm about to sign off, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace, y'all.
Arkatech.